And you know I've watched old friends you have taken on. But I've watched from sidelines to see you play your games, and I wonder if they will ever feel the same. But I said they might say that I've been foolish, but they don't know they're black from their blue. For it's true that I might live down by the river. Oh, but just remember that I've seen that freight train too. Freight train to his harmonica.
Take it from the top again. Rewrite the pieces that ain't fitting in, and bring it back to the ground, and dust it down and sweep the floor. Hard time to do what ain't been done before. Take a breath and the day comes round. Hold it down and keep it calm, if you can, for the sake of peace. And how do we get through tomorrow every day? Well, I don't know, but we get through it anyway. And another day comes round. Another day comes on.
A chance to do good. We don't judge them for the bad they've done in the past. We give them a chance to do good right now. Because what all you guys want when you complain about these companies, and we get stick for taking stuff from these companies and handing it out to poor people who need it. We do. But the thing is, at the end of the day, what do you want from these companies? You want them to do good, don't you? That's why you're complaining. What are you complaining about? You're complaining because Nestle's are not doing as much good as they should in the world. BP are making a mess of the ecology. Well, what's happening? Okay, so let's give them a chance to do good. And when they do, then they get a mention on our website, and they get a thanks for doing good when they did, because we want them to do good. So I say, well, we've got them doing good, so what more do you want?
The Lord came round to ground to give us what we need. He's given us tongues, He's given us peace. Given us tongues, He's given us peace. The Lord came down to ground to give us what we need. He's given us coke, He's given us speed. Given us coke, He's given us speed. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just planting seeds amongst the audience here, but there will come a time when there is a one world government and there will only be one restaurant, and that restaurant will be McDonald's. And not only will it be as bad as the food that's in it now, and I know some of us are guilty of eating McDonald's sometimes, but it's terrible for the planet, it's terrible for the children. And Ronald McDonald, we don't know his sexual history with children. So really, when the time comes, when there is only one restaurant left, the one way you can actually fight it is to firebomb McDonald's. I'm just planting seeds.
Here's where I come from on that. Yeah, if I thought that was actually a plausible way of tackling the machine or McDonald's, then I'd probably advocate it too. But let me play it through for you how this works. Right? You all get motivated by Charlie, and you get up and you leave your beers behind, and you go and work out how to get some Centex, and you go and you blow up your local McDonald's. Now what happens?
You get caught. Don't do it yet.
Hold on,
Not
Charlie.
yet.
You had your space. Allow me to respond. I'm sure you're going to have oodles of time later on. Don't worry about it, mate.
No,
But here's I'm running your scenario here. So now we've blown up a McDonald's. So what exactly happens is McDonald's goes, oh my God, look, we're terrible people, and people are expressing themselves really badly to us. You know what we should do? We should fuck off. No, they don't do that. You end up going to prison. These wonderful people end up in shackles. They rebuild McDonald's, even though occasionally they might move on to another space. The big corporate global machine rolls on. You get reported in the paper as a nutter. No one changes their mind, and some fat guy stands on the street corner saying, "Well, we're going to get a Big Mac." So you haven't done anything.
How's your secret guys on TV?
Great so far. Done music in the box.
So did I. What a coincidence. How did you?
It's pretty good. Everyone came in, asked them what sort of mood they're in. Everyone's mellow, relaxed. And then they just played.
But before we look at happiness itself, why should we be happy? Of course, we know in our own minds why there are loads of reasons to be happy. But only recently, actually, has there been a lot of kind of science and neuroscientific discoveries around what happens to happy people. Why being happy is actually neurologically better for you. Why you'll perform physiologically better at most tasks if you are happy. So researchers from the University of California have developed some impressive benefits of being happy. They conclude, happiness makes people more sociable and altruistic. It increases how much they like themselves and others. It improves their ability to resolve conflict, and it strengthens their immune systems. This cumulative effect means that people have more satisfying and successful relationships, find especially fulfilling careers, and live longer, more joyful lives. So it seems that being happy is pretty good, right? But what is happiness? The happiness I'm talking about is not walking around with a smile on your face all the time. If you've come here this morning to learn serotonin boosting techniques, then now's the time to leave. Yeah, some of the techniques we're going to do will lead to some long-term happiness. And by happiness we mean the release of happiness-inducing chemicals such as serotonin, oxytocin, and a reduction in stress-releasing chemicals like cortisol. But really, the happiness that we need to focus on is a happiness based on acceptance. Now, acceptance is a word that you get used, that gets thrown around a lot in Buddhism, and it's very misunderstood, actually. Because we believe that acceptance means that we approve of things in which we don't like in our lives. That's incorrect. That's a misunderstanding about acceptance. Acceptance is about accepting the situation before you can move on and work with the situation.
What life was worth when he gave birth to his first, but the wicked man hurts. Now he's
Shook up, he won't look up no more. Paranoid introvert, eyes glued to the floor. Shook up, he won't look up no more. Paranoid introvert, eyes glued to the floor. Ever be the same again? Loose, very tight, running away from all his friends. Ever be the same again? Loose, very tight, running away.
You see his girlfriend left him and this world comes crashing down. Fragment shatter, razor sharp takes actions now. These rash decisions left him living in an awkward space, fighting battles with the dragon he chased. The passionless waste, whatever's in the deepest thought. Or making money isn't easy when the weed is short. It's all the coke he snorts, some say distorts his view. The same could happen to me, that will land you.
Shook up, he won't look up no more. Paranoid introvert, eyes glued to the floor. Shook up, he won't look up no more. Paranoid introvert.
such thing as a sure thing. No such thing as a sure thing.
Race, colour or creed. Do you believe all the things that you see? Dream big but we're made to for small. Never stand tall or alone, you will fall. No matter race, colour or creed. Do you believe all the things that you see? Dream big but we're made to for small. Never stand tall or alone, you will fall.
Alone you will fall. Alone you will fall. Alone you will fall.
Inside my mind that intertwines all times of life that I hide with arms spiders right. Find the words to out to you, the meaning and the solid truth without a statement too obtrusive but so lovely and elusive that you feel within yourself and somehow make your drums vibrate. Oh, how delightful it would be to know our noise is oh so great. And when they're done, no specific words to say, but the mind is so intelligent, you might start to feel that way.
Just keep on dancing in the room. Keep on dancing in the room. Just keep on dancing in the room. Dancing in the room. Dancing in the room. All alone. Keep dancing in the room. Keep on dancing in the room. Yo, dance like you're in your room. Move like you're on your own. On your own. Hey, sorry, can I get some more vocal in the morning? Just a little bit more of the vocal. Yeah, nice. Yo, the story goes like this, yeah. Vinyl's been vinyl the whole of my life. Back in the day, my favorite album was What I Became. As I live into the thing, I'm gonna fight. Everybody sends to their room for that night. Funny about me, I studied MCs, danced in my room, and how to be free. That's no achievement for the kid. Me, John, I got 3 feet high. Daily, twice, on every dance step up, vanilla ice. Right when it broke, before it was a joke, before I had a toke, got my heart broke. Also become sounds of a drum. Friends coming wanna know that keep it so strong, yo, I push it along. Try and call quest, push it along. So keep on dancing in your room. Keep on dancing in your room. Just keep on dancing in your room. Dancing in your room.